Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and a little bit of a different video, because today I'm going to be showing you my new peripherals that Asus were kind enough to send me over. They sent me the new RGB Cerberus mechanical keyboard, the Cerberus V2 headset, the Gladius II mouse, as well as a mouse pad for that. And as always, for full disclosure, I'm not paid to make this video, but they did send me all of this stuff for free. And the great thing about this is that they actually have another set of all these things that they gave to me, or well, it's still at their office, but that I can give away to you guys. So I thought that was a great opportunity to give something back to my subscribers. So before I get into the gear, I wanted to explain to you quickly how the giveaway is going to be. I decided to split it up so that two of you will be happy to get some gear, and the first place, or whatever you want to call it, will get a headset and a keyboard. And the second place winner will get the mouse pad and mouse, because obviously those fit well together. So the way I wanted to do this, instead of just doing the standard, oh, retweet this, like my Facebook page, like this video and all that kind of stuff, I decided to get your creative side out there. So I will be linking to a tweet in the description below, and a tweet is simply because it's the easiest way for me to see that you only post one submission and that you're an actual person and so on. And I also want all of you to be able to see the submissions. So what are you supposed to do? Well, I want you to create a funny meme or image that relates to Star Wars Battlefront or to my channel and me. Because, well, I've seen quite a lot of memes, and I thought, why not put you guys to the test? So I will be simply picking the one that I like the most. We'll be getting these two, and the one that's the second best one, in my opinion, will be this one. So you guys can vote by favoriting the tweets and all that, but I will still be picking. So just because you have the most retweeted or liked the meme doesn't necessarily mean that you will be winning the prize. So I thought that was a fun way to do the giveaway a little bit differently compared to how I usually do it. And if you for some reason don't have a Twitter account, well, it takes like 30 seconds for you to create one. I just wanted to do it on Twitter simply because it's just easier for me to keep control over the submissions and see that it's not just a bot submitting 1,000 different memes. And I will also be double checking the images through Google reverse image search. So if you've stolen that from somewhere else, I will find out and you will not win. So make original content. I know there's already a lot of good stuff out there. So yeah, first place, second place, get to the memeing, guys. And it doesn't have to be memes, just funny images of me, my channel, or Star Wars Battlefront in general, you know, sector clear kind of stuff. So what is this stuff? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not someone who is too invested into like hardware or specifically peripherals. As you can see, my keyboard right now is a very old and very worn down keyboard. And well, you can't even see the keys of WASD, and it's simply very old. My headset is like a $30 headset that I've used for probably 5 years now. I've never really been someone who's been very picky with the quality and so on. So I'm really curious to test this out and see what I think. Mouse is the one thing that I'm probably a little bit picky with, because I've had the same Logitech mouse for like 6 or 7 years. Well, I got a newer version of the old one because I just liked how it felt. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy this one. And as for the headset, I don't really have any expectations because I had such a bad headset now. So I feel like this is probably going to be better than the one I have. And keyboard, it's going to be great to actually get to use a proper mechanical keyboard and get back to you when I've tested that, because, well, it's definitely going to look 10 times better than my really dirty and worn down keyboard that I have right now. I'm gonna get back to you once I've tested this stuff, so I will see you in a second. So now I'm back, and this is recorded about 1 week after the intro, so I've now actually had some proper time to test out the equipment. And I thought instead of reading the specs off the box or something like that, I would simply tell you what I thought about each product, the good sides, the negative sides, and so on, because I feel like that's the most fair way to do it. So let's start off with the mouse. The mouse feels really good in the hand. I gotta admit that it took some time getting used to it because it was quite different from my old mouse. So at first it was actually quite hard to play games where you had to be very accurate, like shooters. So I was really frustrated with that at first, but now after a week I've fully adjusted to the new mouse and it plays just as well as my old one. Plus it has a couple of extra features that I think is very nice. First of all, it's new. My old one was very old and worn down. But it also has a lot of cool lighting effects, the same thing as with the keyboard. You can set it to be flashing all the time, go through all the RGB lightings, or just do like me and have it very simple where it's basically just one light whenever I click a mouse button, because I don't like to have it flashing all the time. But if you like that, that's something you can do. It also has 2 buttons on the side like most mice do. And it also has a third one that's actually like in the middle of the thumb, and I didn't quite understand what that's supposed to be used for. I don't have anything bound to it because I feel like I can accidentally misclick on it. But for people who play games with a lot of key binding, such as MMORPGs, that could probably be a very helpful mouse button, because I remember back when I played World of Warcraft, I used to have a lot of macros and things like that really helped out. And then of course it had the normal DPI change button that is just under the scroll wheel. But other than that, a very good mouse that I don't really have any complaints about, to be honest. It just took some time getting used to it simply. And next up we have the keyboard, and this is the first time I actually have a proper mechanical keyboard, and I gotta say that it feels really nice pressing the keys. And same thing here, it took some time getting used to it. I played a lot of Type Racer, that those of you on Twitter have probably noticed, but after a few days I fully adjusted and I could type fast, probably even faster than the previous keyboard. At least it feels really good when you have a mechanical keyboard. And it also has similar lighting settings as the mouse, where you can set it to be flashing all the time, react when you click a button, or just be completely turned off. That's all up to you. Currently I'm just using it in one color, because although it looks cool with explosive effects, I don't feel like that's something I want to see all the time, as it just gets annoying. But that's all up to personal taste. The only thing I thought was negative about this keyboard that I really miss from my old one is that they are missing the macro keys on top, such as play, next song, mute the audio, and all that kind of stuff. You can still use that by pressing the function key and the F keys, which is completely fine. It still has the same features as my old keyboard. However, I thought it was very nice to not have to use 2 fingers in kind of an awkward movement, but I could just press one key on top and that would do the effect. And it also had a specific key to open up the calculator, which I thought was really nice. But again, this keyboard is a lot more slimmed down compared to my previous one, so that's probably why it couldn't fit those keys. So that's really the only negative thing I had to say about this keyboard. I missed those keys from the previous one, but other than that, it feels really good, it looks really good, and it has all the features you'd expect from a keyboard. And lastly, we have the headset. And this headset was actually quite different from the one I had before, because I've had a very cheap headset for a long time now. I don't know why really. The thing I did notice with this headset is that it closes out the audio from outside a lot more than my previous one, and this can be both good and bad depending on what you're doing. I thought it was kind of annoying to not be able to hear myself properly, as I'm so used to that. However, it also made it a lot easier to play games, and I could hear this more minor effects like rain in Battlegrounds a lot clearer in this headset, because the audio quality was obviously higher in general. And listening to music, I would say it was pretty average, I guess you could say. This isn't really a music listening headset, but it's more of a gaming headset. And after using it for a week, it was very comfortable. I've had some issues with headsets before that are kind of like crushing my skull, and it doesn't feel very nice after a few hours of usage. So this headset didn't have that issue, which I thought was nice. The only negative thing I really had to say about this headset is that it has kind of like this metallic bar going over the head, as you can probably see. And if you just slightly touch that one, the sound kind of transfers through to the headset and your ears, and it sounds really loudly. So if you just bump into it with your finger, or if I hit my microphone with it, you can kind of hear that sound. And I also noticed that if you're talking very loudly, or even if you have a very loud sound effect, you can still hear a slight ringing from that metal. My friends couldn't do it. I actually had them test the headset and kind of scream loudly beside them, and they didn't notice that effect at all, so it might just be me. But it was a very minor thing that at first I was like, should this sound really be coming? But then after a while I kind of filtered it out. So the only issue right now is just that don't hit the actual headset hard, because it's gonna be a really high metallic bang. But other than that, I like it a lot, and I'm pretty happy with all these products. I don't see any downgrade in any way, so I'll definitely keep using these for a long time. And lastly, of course, we have the mouse mat that I didn't really bring up, because there's not too much to say. I didn't expect it to be as big, because I had a Battlefield 1 mousepad that was this big, and I thought, okay, I'm not gonna swap that out, I'm probably just gonna show the mousepad. But then I realized that this mousepad was just as big as the other one I had, which was perfect. And this one also had a nicer fabric that you could easier slide the mouse on. So I thought it was a fantastic mousepad. I like having these really big ones that cover both the keyboard, mouse, and anything like that, because I play with a very low sensitivity so that I can aim more accurately, and you need a lot of mousepad space for that. so this mousepad was perfect for that. But that brings my review of these products to an end. Again, if you're interested in the giveaway, make sure to check out the tweet in the description below and make sure to respond with your favorite Battlefront or Battlefront updates, memes, or just funny pictures, or whatever you want to do. Be creative. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.